someone yesterday. Say that one more time.
So I don't know if you guys could fill in the context, but what I'm saying is that sometimes we make excuses when we're afraid that we're hurting somebody we care about by ending a relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's, boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's a relationship. But oftentimes that's the bravest and most ethical thing you can do for yourself in that person. Because too many times people stay in situations that they're unhappy in, and it destroys them and the person that they're with. So if you're in that situation, don't make excuses because you feel bad, right? That you're leaving this person, regardless of what their issues are. Sometimes you gotta go. And you being there is just a worse situation. So I as someone that's in a long-term relationship, right? That I'm happy in, right? But I still commend people for being brave enough for ending things that need to be ended. Whatever the reason is. You don't need an excuse. That's it. Does that make sense?
It sure does. Yeah. Because, so as we discussed prior to hitting record, I was transparent and said I struggle with romantic relationships because I'm a leaver. In the back of my head, it's always, all right, let's go. Let's wrap this up. Things ain't working.
Yeah.
And in the front of my head, it's like, are they worth the patience to wait around and see if there's any growth, giving people grace, yada, yada, yada. So I always struggle with that, and I teeter-totter between it because there's levels to it. And I did have a conversation with someone yesterday, and I said, people will do everything but leave. They'll burn your clothes. They'll set your car on fire. They'll flatten your tires. Yeah. They'll call your mother. They'll call your father. Yeah. They'll put up statuses on social media. They'll do everything.
Subtweets, of course.
But leave. Yeah, they'll sub you on social media. Won't even tag you. Just so that, if you're going to talk about me, can you at least do me the favor to tag me so I could see and I could defend myself? Yeah. But, cowards will be cowards because that's cowardly to me. Yes. If you're gonna sub me, just be direct.
Yeah.
And if it's that important, you got my number.
Yeah, just call me. You know where to find me.
But anyway, another conversation for another day. And I said, and I was like, that's one of the things I struggle with. When I was married, my ex-husband, 10 years later, which is recently, he's like, I'm a different man now. And I'm like, that is amazing. You're going to be a better man for someone else now. Like, she's going to be so happy you evolved and became a better person.
No, he's not.
I know he hasn't. I'm pretty sure he hasn't because...
Was you the best he ever had?
I don't know. And I don't care at this point. Because you got to catch me while I care. And I think that's most people. Once a person stops caring, there's really not much you can do after that. And no matter how much I made that clear to him, like, I pray for you to find someone so amazing you forget about me. Yeah. Like, that's my prayer for him and any man that's still hung up on our relationship, whatever it was. I pray all the time to whoever my creator is that anyone who's hung up on me or has any ill feelings about our past relationship, I pray that they find someone so amazing. They don't even know who I am.
They're like, who?
Who? Like, they see me and be like, oh, shoot. When? I know. Yeah. I remember her. Like, I wanted to be like that.
Back in the day, we used to kick it, I think.
I absolutely admire when people have their own mental funeral for me because me too. I did too. Look at that. It's mutual.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Javi said something too that I wanted to talk about. Someone said to me a few years ago, and it shocked the heck out of me. This was probably about 8 years ago. It was a woman. And I walked away from a crazy relationship. And she was like, you know why I admire you, Amanda? And I was like, why? She was like, you leave and you don't go back. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, a lot of people don't. She was like, you leave and you don't go back. And I was like, that's something you admire? I'm over here thinking I'm crazy. People always like, why are you so impatient? Man. You shouldn't be like that. You're never going to find someone. And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Do you hear what you're complaining about? Like, that's what you want me to sign up for? Why?
See, and I feel like that's kind of where I used to stay. Like I was with my son's father, I was in a toxic relationship for 4.5 years. And every day I was like, okay, tomorrow's going to be a better day. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. You can promise me, okay, tomorrow's going to be a better day. Until I was like, okay, no, I can't do that anymore.
There's no more tomorrows. The better days today because I'm out.
I'm repeating those cycles, and that's where I am. And I'm like, okay, am I giving too much opportunity and too much grace, or am I respectfully being the a-hole? And now, like my healed era, I'm no longer sensitive blessing. I'm the asshole blessing because I have a backbone,
and that's okay.
But that's why I'm like,
that's okay.
So me standing up for myself is now a problem.
Yes.
But I can't be a princess too.
A lot of times, the things that people admire you for, they end up hating you for. They'll be like, oh, I love how transparent you are and how well you can communicate how you feel and you're self-aware, until you are self-aware about them. Or something they said to you that wasn't whatever. And then all of it, then the things kick in. But
like I'm that person. Like I can't just look at you and be like, oh yeah, good job. Like, no, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing in society today that we're just okay with sitting around and doing nothing? Like that's not okay with me. Like,
but what's exactly? So why do we always got to be doing something though?
Not always doing something, but you shouldn't just be doing nothing. Like there should be something that's always stimulating you to keep going. If you have nothing to stimulate and keep going, then
okay, you mean like things that inspire you to keep evolving and growing, or just just being busy?
Things that make you keep evolving and growing.
I thought you just wanted us running around in a rat race like fucking crazy.
No, but
like, girl, I don't want to do it right now. Can I do nothing?
If you have a goal, right, and you reach your goal, then what?
What's next? Right. What comes after that?
But you have to keep wanting to reach a goal and wanting to reach a goal. So in a relationship, I feel like you have to keep wanting to reach a goal. You can't just
got to keep dating.
This is where we are. We're settled. And I'm like, no, that's not where we're like, can you give me some spice? Can you give me some this? Can you give me some that? And you're like, okay, yes, I'll try. And then it's like, okay, no, I'm comfortable where I am. Like, okay, let's coexist.
Hobbs got a question.
I think people say that until they find someone they can settle with.
But like, but then to
wait, say that again?
What settling is.
I think people say that until they can find somebody they can settle with.
That they can settle with?
Yeah. Like until you find someone that you're like, yeah, your breath kind of stinks in the morning, but then I love you that much. It does I'm hearing what you're saying, like constantly saying, is this going to, is today going to be better? Is today going to be better? And that to me sounds like you're dealing with issues that bother you, right? And they don't stop bothering you.
Right.
I think that whenever you're in a relationship with someone, there's going to be something that's going to bother you. And you're either going to continue saying, is this going to get better? Is this going to get better? Or you're going to find someone where you feel safe or comfortable enough to be like, yo, this is bothering me. And that person goes like, my bad, I'm going to change this behavior.
And actually do it.
But when they do mess up, you recognize that they are trying. They don't mess up all the time. I'm going to give them some grace, right? That's that balance. Again, you shouldn't stay in a situation that's breaking you down as a person. But if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, you're in a relationship with a whole human being.
Yeah.
Right.
With a whole bucket list of issues.
Things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like you.
Of course.
So it's really just, I mean, I could be, whatever. Don't take whatever I say as a grain of salt. Everybody knows I'm the relationship guy. I live vicariously through my single and newly relationship friends. So whatever. But I just think that it's really about finding that person you're willing to like, not sacrifice yourself for, but at least be a bit annoyed sometimes.
So can I jump in real quick? If that's okay.
Go ahead.
It's your show.
No,
No,
but
you
I
can't jump in.
want to be respectful to let people speak.
Go ahead.
So I hear everything you're saying and I agree with that. However, what I think Blessing is saying is that she has tried to communicate those things, and it's the things that everybody has their different requirements of what makes them feel fulfilled emotionally or feel safe emotionally. Everyone's list is different. So if I'm communicating with you and I'm like, you used to do these things before. This is what brought us to be in a relationship. Why have you stopped? So if I'm communicating that with you and you're like, okay, I'm going to do better. And then you don't, it was something you was already doing before. So were you pretending? Was that not really who you were as a person? Were you just doing those things to get me? And now that we're together and you're comfortable, you're like, you don't have to do those things anymore because it never was you. Because to me, if someone is doing something naturally, that's genuinely who they are. If they've stopped and you notice that, that's just not who they are as a person. That's their character. They never had that as a trait.
Yeah. But then that's something that, like, tell me that then. Why
they're not, because they want the relationship.
But then it's not a relationship.
It's not. It's manipulation, and that's abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's like, a lot of relationships. So that's when, like Harvey said, you have to sit down and think to yourself, what are the things that matter the most? Because, the little things to you can be nothing to the other person. Yeah. So that's where the whole meeting of the minds come in, and religious people call it equally yoked. You have the... not the spiritualists who call it alignment. That's what that is. Yeah. Y'all are not aligned.
Yeah.
You're not. And yes, people can evolve. Yes, people can grow. Yes, people can do better, but they have to want to. Because there's only so many conversations you can have with a person. They heard you.
Yeah.
They heard you because they responded and you spoke the same language as them. They heard you.
Yeah.
They just don't want to. People will do what they want to, no matter who they are.
Yeah.
People will do what they want to do. Promise you that.
Yeah.
So when they don't fuss up with them. Because a lot of times people are making the best decisions for themselves. And when you see that, you have to make the best decision for you.
Yeah. And then it's like a ripple effect. Then it's like boom, boom, boom,
hey,
boom, boom,
and that's
boom,
okay.
Boom. Yeah.
You figure that ripple effect out when you get there. But the first step is leaving if that's what is best for you. And then you figure out what that's going to look like going after you. There's a soca song out there. The day you leave me, the day you leave, I started to see my way. Listen, it'd be a blessing. Sometimes when you leave or that person leaves you, you be like, you did me a favor. You cleared out all the mess.
Yeah.
All the fog that was in my life. When you left, you took all of that away.
Yeah. But okay, so then the counteract question comes, how do I know I'm not just being too hard?
You won't know till you leave. But clearly you're not being too hard because you're unhappy. If like Hobby said, don't make an excuse.
Yeah.
If you're being too hard, okay, he's either going to step up to what you were asking of him or he's not going to. And then that's when you can make the decision. There was a man on my show a few years ago. Not a few years ago, a few months, maybe even years, I don't know. He said it is our fault, women's fault, when we're unhappy in relationships because we see the mistake and we stay. Men see the issue, they ain't staying for you to fix it. They hauling ass. And if you do the research, because men initially are logical, I'm not saying women are not logical initially. However, studies show that men are the majority logical thinker primarily. Right? I'm not saying women are not.
Yeah.
However, that's their logic. You messed up. You knew better. I don't like that. I'm out.
Yeah.
Majority of them will do what's best for them first. So when you see someone, man or female, putting themselves first and not considering you, that's all you need to know for me.
Yeah.
That's all I need to see because actions will always speak louder than words.
Yes.
Always. And I've learned that from men.
Okay.
The men have said to me, pay attention to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not what they're saying, but I like both because then I can hold you accountable because you said you was gonna and you didn't.
Yep.
Because so now you're a walking contradiction because you said you were going to and you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that part of it I like. However, I'm mostly paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because that tells everything. You don't even need to ask questions. You just sit and watch. People are creatures of habit. They're going to do the same thing consistently.
Yeah.
All you need to see is that consistent pattern of that characteristic trait and go from there.
Okay.
People don't lie. You just got to watch.
Yeah.
We're the Delulu ones. We make up these things.
But sometimes it's okay to be
and it is okay to be Delulu when it's a healthy Delulu.
I don't know. Well,
when you making up excuses so you could be in Deluluville, that is not healthy, girl.
Is it ever really
It's
healthy?
not healthy when you're making excuses up. But when you're like Alice in Wonderland, Delulu, where you're just like, you see everything as sunflowers and daisies. And
See, no, I'm not that Delulu.
I am. I'm that Delulu. So when people come in
Delulu.
and my daisies aren't there, I'm like, oh Delulu. No, you can't come in Alice's Wonderland. You don't lead with Delulu. You gotta go.
I used to be that Delulu.
Oh no, I'm Delulu 25-8, baby. If you don't come into my world with Delulu-ness,
tells you
can't exist here.
Your change, and he lets his hand linger. Just
you can't live here if you're not in Deluluville. You can't come into my world if you don't lead with Deluluville. Yes, we do go into logic at times. However, majority of the time, I'm in Deluluville.
If we lead logically, would we ever really go
anywhere? Would we go anywhere? Would we really get anywhere if we always led with logic?
Take the risk.
Because sometimes for me, I see all these woke people. I'm like, damn, y'all so woke you sleep. Y'all so woke you can't. You don't have no fun. Everything has to make sense. There. Why? Yeah. Live a little. No. We're all gonna die one day. Have some fun. Yeah. Take the logic out of life. Yeah. Just live.
Make it make sense after it's already
done. Sense after you done messed up and you in jail with your best friend. Like, girl, we should never did that. You know that, right?
Who we gonna call? We only get one call. We gotta call the same person. Both of us call.
You my emergency contact and you in jail with me. We should never did that. But we had a good time.
But it was real fun. Yeah.
It's going to make a good story when we get out of here.
Tell them the rest of the cellmates. They be like, what you got?
Like listen. Don't take my foolish advice, okay? Don't take my foolish advice or do. It makes a good story. Moderation if you need to, razzle dazzle, whatever. Just
a little sprinkle.
Just tell me about it so I can be like, ooh, you want to talk about it on the Pandagasms show?
We don't have to go into full depth. Just a little tea, just a little sip.
All right. So we're gonna just rewind because this was definitely not a topic, but we definitely got here. So welcome to Pandagasms, where you just gotta have ADHD undiagnosed to be a guest here. 8:20. Oh, I don't even know. She's not here. I couldn't tell you. Doors open. No, she needs to come in. So this is our part 2. I'm your hostess, Panda. Welcome. And I have my returning guest, Blessed. Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back.
I'm happy to have you back. We were supposed to have Shanta, but I don't know where she is. And Super Kev is in California at the Hall of Fame, the Walkway of Fame for Bone Thugs and Harmony. He loves Bone Thugs and Harmony. So shout out to Super Kev. Shout out to Shanta, one of Boston's greatest hairstylists, locticians. Reach out to her if you need it. And now that we have the lovely Blessed in here, let's jump into some conversation with you. Oh, my disclaimer. Oh. Pandagasms is a podcast where we bring awareness to the different things in the community and we just talk about life. None of us are licensed professionals in like therapy. I've been in therapy. Have you?
Yes, many years.
We've done therapy. We read books. So I would like to say we may be kind of good at what we're talking about and then life experiences pretty much.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, this is just conversation about life experiences and that's pretty much
just
it.
Girls, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and our beautiful Blessing over here, she's a Reikiist and a herbalist, and she's just trying to find her way. I feel like I'm putting her on the spot, and that's okay.
Trying to find my way. It's kind of hard trying once you get your calling, and then you dabble a little bit here and there. But my passions will follow me, and I'll do something special
as you go along.
Yes.
So the last time you were here, we were discussing if men and women are able to have platonic friendships.
Oh,
and
yes.
That was a pretty interesting conversation. We did have a lot of feedback from it. It went over. And that's how we ended up with a part 2 because,
yes.
the other guests were like, yeah, we have so much more to say. This was a great conversation. Man, let's do it again. So here we are. However, we can, flash back a little bit on the thoughts of it. You want to go first?
So I am on the side where like, yes and no, with a little bit of moderation, because of course you have to have your male relationships so that you can understand kind of like the male perspective, right? But then there comes that line as like we were talking about, most men don't join relationships with women just out of friendship. It's mostly like, okay, well, I was looking to dig you at one point in my life. It didn't work out. Now we're just homies, So yes, you can be friends. I feel like it depends on what category of, again, friendship you categorize, because we could be colleagues, coworkers versus like besties, right? So I feel like, yes, you can be friends with the man in moderation. Obviously, if your significant other, if you have one, knows about this partner to an extent, yes, they're not calling you at 3:00 in the morning and being like, "Hey, girl, come get me." And you're like, "Ooh, where are you?" And you're like, "Oh, you know where I am. Just pull up." No.
Yeah.
So, but I also feel like you have to have that male perspective because as females, we do get delusional and you need to pop off and ask your male friend and be like, "Okay, wait. Let me play a scenario for you right now. If you were the man that I was with, no relationship, nothing, disclaimers, how would you feel?" And then they give it to you. You're like, okay. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to ask somebody else.
Oh no, I listen to my male friends. Okay. I don't always like what they tell me, but I be listening.
But like we have to have them. We need them in our corner.
Or if you have any female friends that are just brutally honest because it's coming from a place of love. I got 2 of those.
See, I think I
got 2 of those.
I think I need more.
I'm lying. I got 3.
I think I need more of those.
I'm lying. I got 4 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got 4 of them. They'd be like,
bombastic side eye.
And I'd be like, damn, you don't even have to say nothing. I felt that with the look you just gave me.
The energy, like
I didn't even need
the laser beams.
You know how they say Black women have conversations with their eyes? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
one of them.
Accountability partners in my life, they'd be like, I'm like, okay, I heard you.
Time to go.
I heard you. You don't even need to say nothing else. I already know. Yeah. I already know. So today we're going to give it a little spin and just kind of go off of the radar a little bit with it.
Okay.
All right. So did you want to? No, we're going to save you.
That was just girls yap.
I didn't bring my cards with me, but I think we kind of discussed it a little bit just now, so we can continue teeter-tottering on it. What's your biggest challenge in a relationship, romantic and or platonic?
We kind of touched base a little bit. I feel like mine's is I am very dominant and independent, but I also want to feel soft. And I feel like men kind of find that insecure. Like, respectfully, I have a master's degree. I did my grind. I did my hard work. I did it to get my education. Most men don't like that because now you're a smarter woman than me. You have X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third, and it's intimidating for them. So it's like, okay, yes, but I also want to be treated like a princess. I want you to buy me flowers. I want you to open doors, but I also want to go to work and make my own money and be able to pay my own bills, but also be soft and you do things for me as well. And it's just kind of hard because you're like, okay, well, you pay for this, but also like, I want to pay for this. You don't need to treat me like I'm just a princess, but also like, sometimes you can treat me like a princess. I have to play both sides,
Yeah, my thing is once the princess treatment stops, I leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you stop treating me like a princess, I'm out.
Yeah.
All day, I am in male-dominated roles. So when I'm done with that, I still have a vagina. Mm-hmm. Treat me like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lead with telling men I am my father's only daughter. And I'm the baby of the family. If you're not going to give me what my brothers give me and there's no, I appreciate it. Thank you for, being interested in me, but no thanks.
Yeah.
No. And I mean that.
Yeah.
I'm a brat. Brat. And I don't believe in asking for things because my father was the type of man that if he saw something needed to be done, he did it. Mm-hmm. So that is one of my biggest challenges in relationships. I am hyper independent because I'm the type of person, once I get to learn you and see things that need to get done, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why I am such a doer, because that is one of my weaknesses also. I don't like asking for help.
Yeah. Oh.
So usually I would just do something for someone if I care about them.
Yeah.
Like I'll see something, if I come over and like maybe your sink is full of dishes, I'll just wash the dishes for you. Mm-hmm. You probably got tired.
Yeah.
And you didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do it to help you, not to be like, oh girl, your house is dirty. You was probably tired. Let me help you out real quick. That's just how I function. So if I got to ask you to do it, I don't even want it at this point.
See, like, that's my thing. If I have to ask you and then you're like, oh, where is that? What? You took too long. You took too long.
I don't want it.
But
you
did it. It's done.
I don't want it.
It's inconvenient for me. And I think that's my problem is I'm
that's
so
one of my huge
independent that I don't have any leeway for someone else to even do anything.
And it's not even something that I'm really like proud of, because I be sometimes like, damn, I really wish I could ask this person for help. But I can't, my ego, my pride, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'll even chat GPT like, how can I make this sound nice? Like my toes be curling. I'll be needing the help. And I'll be like,
GPT be like, okay, Amanda, take a breath.
My anxiety will kick in. I'll go do yoga. I'll go for a walk. I'll do everything but reach out and ask for help. So it's something I'm working on. There's people that I do feel comfortable enough that I don't feel like it will be a thing to like make me feel less than, because I'm human.
Yeah.
We all need help in some way or aspects. None of us are perfect. None of us are able to do all the things.
Of course.
So I talk myself down off of my high hill and I'll be like, you better go ask somebody for some help before you be shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Because where's this ego trip getting you? Literally, where's it getting you?
Yeah. It only gets you so far.
All it did was get you stretched out because you went and did some yoga. You burned some calories.
Yeah.
But literally, did that get you where you needed to be?
Yeah.
No. So, then, I take my little tail, put it between my legs and be like,
can I have some help?
So, hi, But yeah, that for me is what my challenges, what I think are my challenges in a romantic or platonic relationship. I struggle to ask for help. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. But then you think about it, like we grew up in a world where women, like you have to do everything. So when do you ask for help?
Not necessarily. I can't even say that I grew up in a world where we had to do everything, because that honestly wasn't my story. I had a lot of support where people did jump in and do things. There were times that I did have to do things for myself, because it's my life. Mm-hmm. I have to be responsible for my own things. But essentially, I have a really great support system. There's not a lot of things I have to do on my own if I don't want to. It's me being a brat.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to tell me no. So if I think you're about to tell me no, I'm definitely not asking now. I'm a brat. You're going to tell me no? So before
stomp your feet and walk away.
No, I don't stomp my feet. I just be like, okay, cool. And it's not even like I got animosity towards you. It's just like, damn, I humbled myself, put my pride and ego to the side to ask for this, already knowing that this is a struggle for me to come to you, and then you still told me no. Yeah. I could have kept that to myself and did it on my own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not that I want to, because a lot of times the support is there for me if I ask. And then there are people that be like, that girl's struggling. I'm gonna just pull up and do what needs to get done, because they know me.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of times people struggle because they want to. A lot of times we have things that we want right in front of us, but because it doesn't look like it, we think we don't have it.
Yeah.
So I can't even front and be like, no, I had to do things on my... No, I really didn't. The help and the support was there. Probably didn't want to hum on myself and ask, but it was definitely there. And then a lot of times, I don't want to hear the rigmarole. Well, why? And you either gonna do it or you're not. Mm-hmm. We ain't about to go through the A to Z.
Reason, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my. I saw Javi was about to say something and he put the mic down.
Yeah, I'm gonna
probably answer this question.
Nah, you didn't.
I did not.
Nah,
what was your question?
I'm just observing.
No, give me your info. You know I love your info. Yeah. What did you observe?
I think that y'all should talk to a professional.
Oh no, I do talk to a professional.
Yeah,
I do.
And not that like, yo, y'all are crazy. Y'all need to talk to somebody, whatever. It's just that, and that's good that you're talking to somebody. But to me, and I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form, but it just sounds like you guys have, like everybody in the world, issues that are blockers in your life, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes with those blockers, it's impossible to recognize it, but you're recognizing it. I don't know if you're addressing it, but even if you can recognize it, sometimes it's hard to really manage those blockers in order to live the life you want to live. Mm-hmm. Or get close to that life without talking to somebody, a third party. And that goes for everything. We talked about the relationship earlier, and I wanted to ask, like, before everything, did you guys attempt couples counseling or premarital counseling?
No.
And I say that because a lot of the things I'm hearing some of the struggles that a lot of... Do you mind if you mind if I ask you how old you are?
I'm 28.
28? Oh. Yeah. Like you're in your 20s and a lot of people get married or engaged in their 20s. And we're still learning. Like you don't want to hear. You're 28. You a grown ass woman. You want to hear this, but
no, I get it.
You're still learning. You're still. The 30s is a crazy decade. That's all I'm gonna let you know. Prepare yourself. But you're still learning. You're still learning life, and even stuff that me and my wife struggled with early on. And we were very young when we got married. And if it wasn't for like that premarital counseling, because people talk about marriage counseling and couples counseling, but there's not a lot of talk about premarital counseling. Learning how to get into a marriage and deal with those issues if you can,
and knowing how to be a husband and a wife.
Learning how to, you got these. Yeah, you got to, especially if you didn't see it growing up. I'm not assuming anything about you or your fiance, but especially if you didn't see these things growing up, you can't just walk into a marriage and know
and know what to do and know what to do.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what premarital counseling does, right? It really helps prepare you, and it might help you. It might answer some questions you're having about your fiance. It might answer some questions about you. You know, you want to be a princess, but you also want to be a boss, right? That those two things, you might have to find some compromises there to make that work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. That's my input. I feel like I'm rambling, but whatever.
No, and I get it. I do agree with Javi about having like premarital counseling and those things, because even for some people that did have a 2-parent household doesn't mean it was healthy. Mm-hmm. So just because they saw a marriage, that doesn't mean they still know how to be in a productive one. You know, they probably still, and I'm not trying to trigger nobody, but y'all could have seen your daddy beating your mama ass all day. So they think that that's something they're supposed to do. Yeah. No. Come on in, boo-boo.
I do run into the same issue with every single person that I deal with romantically. And that is that the same things that they fell in love with me for is the same thing that annoys the shit out of them in regards to me.
What did I say earlier in the beginning? That usually the thing that attracts people to you, they end up despising you for those same
it's that.
things.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's that. And it's that. I even deal with it. I've been married before. I've been in long-term relationships. We already know I'm a serial monogamist. So it's going to always be a relationship. But at the same time, it's like, oh, you're so funny. You're outgoing. You love to travel. You know everybody. You this, you that. Oh, you have connections. You know this person. You know that person. You're so funny. All of that. These men be like, why you always talking to everybody? Why you got to hug everybody? Oh, you leaving again? Oh, you met me in the club, but you got a problem with me going out to the club. Now that once I'm yours, now you hate everything that you wanted from me in the beginning that made you, oh, I love a woman that's outgoing, that goes after what she wants. Now you doing too much. Mm-hmm. I'm doing too much. I'm extra. I'm always busy. I'm always at work. But before it was, I love a woman that make her own money, that's on the grind. But then when I'm grinding, it's problematic. So I'm just saying that I keep running into the same thing. And I don't know if it's me. I'm not saying that it's always the other person. Maybe I'm just me.
Maybe you don't have the discernment to not date them.
It's true.
Maybe you should date them a little longer, not jump into the relationship so fast so you could get to see who they are, their patterns. Because they could only do it for so long. They could only like those things for so long. Yeah.
Right.
One of the last episodes that we did one time with the same Super Kev who was supposed to be on here, he said, date a man for all seasons.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
Date a man all seasons.
I feel like once we deal, and I even tell my own children that, where it's like, you should be able to know what that person is like when they're angry, sad, mad. And when I say seasons, those are the seasons. Yep. No, disappointed, grief,
all the things. How they
because people, grief. I done had this. I ain't gonna say no names, but I done had somebody that every time they got upset, they would ball up in the corner,
like a fetal position.
No, literally for days.
Oh, they didn't eat.
Not eat. I will be like, did you eat? Did you get in the shower? Like, literally, and then just snap out of it like a psychopath. But like, what's the word? Is it psychopath? Yeah.
Sociopath?
No.
Manic depressive.
Yeah, all of those. So all of those in one person. So, and I would go to work like, yo, he in a ball again.
Yo, I don't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry.
No, you have to.
No, because that's a mental health issue. They might need some help. Well, they do.
They had to
that
get it.
That sounds like trauma.
But
that sounds like they were abused like as a kid.
they may have been.
You can't use that as water fountain conversations at work.
Oh no, at my job, yeah. I came in like he's in the ball again.
You a hairdresser, right?
Yeah,
that's definitely hairdresser conversation.
No, I would say it like, it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Because you know how Sonic rolls up?
Oh my God.
You know what? I think,
Screaming.
so another question that...
It's Sonic. Again.
So a question that came up. Javi said, when you came in, we were talking about premarital counseling and things of that. So you can add that into, your relationship experiences as well. Do you believe in it? Just something to think of while you're
So
giving
I
your
100%
challenges.
believe in premarital counseling. I was married previously and we did do premarital counseling. But I just got married again in 2022 and we did not. Because he didn't want to. He didn't want to. And mainly he didn't want to because my pastor already knew my ex. And he felt like it would be like biased because he knew me. And I was just like, well, he's not going to marry us unless we do that. And he was like adamant against it. So we didn't do premarital counseling. But I could tell you right now, and this is just full transparency, we in counseling now. Because some stuff should have been discussed prior. And even with me being married before and this being his first marriage, a lot of stuff was not, I thought that we were thorough, but we weren't. I thought that we knew each other well enough, but you don't, again, sometimes the seasons, even though we were together since COVID, we still didn't hit every season that I thought we did, but yeah.
Yeah, life is the best teacher experience. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So I'm all for any therapy.
I agree.
Yep.
Any and all. And you know what though? Sometimes therapy with a licensed professional doesn't work. Sometimes settings like this is therapy for people. So that's also one of the reasons why I have the podcast, because some people watch it and they'll be like, girl, that was like amazing to watch and listen. And they learn from that. And so if this is ever a therapy session for you guys, even though it's not intended to be, take it.
No, let me
take it.
Pandagasms is not a license.
I mentioned that already in the beginning. I said that.
I'm putting that up.
Again, yes. Sure. No, I am not a licensed therapist. However, if this feels sufficient to you and you want to take this as like whatever, a learning experience or your version of therapy, because therapy looks like is different for everybody. We're in the world of the English language now being subjective. So everything is subjective.
It's true. And as a hairstylist, I'm already therapying. You know what I'm saying? It's already a therapeutic environment, whether we want it to be or not, because sometimes it's people's only release.
To just get it off their chest.
Exactly. And and my friends, we have to talk about certain things, but then there's certain things you don't want to talk about, whether because you're embarrassed, whether because, sometimes people, and I say this all the time, is sometimes people hold me at a higher standard than they do most people. So with that being said, when we mess up, and we will, because we're not perfect, people are way more hurt. They're way more, we were like, get over it. That happened 2 months ago, you're still mad? But they be mad. When people get mad at me, they be mad at me. Like, it don't be no little bit of mad. Okay?
I don't even know when people be mad because I don't say nothing.
No, I don't be knowing either. But apparently,
I'll know because
they really do be still mad. Like 6 months later, who knew?
18 years later.
Like, you gotta tell me you're not talking to me. You gotta tell me you're not talking to me because I didn't even know this shit.
I be thinking
I'm busy. I'm busy.
I thought you was busy.
Look, we're busy. Like, no, and I'm not trying to be funny. It's not that I don't care. But as adults, I also feel that if something's bothering you, you should not let another adult have to guess what's going on.
Yeah, talk to me about it.
I'm looking for all adults to speak up.
Come to me and have a conversation. That's what I say too.
No, but if you know you're not going to get hit,
Yeah.
I can see as a kid, you thought popped in your mouth. You're not getting popped in your mouth.
Right.
But that's the thing. It's like they stop wanting to communicate ever since then. It's just like, I don't need to
honestly,
learn. I don't need to progress.
Right.
And I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Earlier when Javi mentioned, finding the things, what he was taking from us and what he thinks the problems are. Honestly, for me, I think one of the main issues in relationships are just different styles of communication.
Yes.
And I think honestly that sometimes, to me, in my own experience, usually has the negative effects on the relationship. But once you learn how to communicate and receive the communication effectively, like everyone's listening, acknowledging all those things, it could work.
Mm-hmm.
It can work.
But we have some strong personalities, and I noticed as we get older, and I used to always hear people say, "Oh, they're old and set in their ways," and I'm like, anybody can change. Anybody can change.
People can change if they want to.
Believe it or not, I think your tolerance levels and stuff like that, they have completely decreased for me, because stuff that I would be like, now I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want it. No thanks.
The crazy part about that is I had this conversation with someone recently, and I was like, I did all this work to evolve and become a better person. And I'm like, I should have just stayed who I was. I learned all these coping mechanisms and all these things just to be like, I don't even want to do that. Because why do I have to sugarcoat things for you? Why do I have to, what's the word, fluff? My therapist's like, you need to learn how to fluff. You're a little rough on the edges. But why?
But this is like, so you are exactly where I am.
Because why do I have to pussyfoot or tiptoe around how you made me feel from either what you said or did? Like, you did it. I'm bringing it to your attention so that you hopefully respect and consider how I viewed it, and you're not going to do it again. Why I got to tiptoe? So now you're not even going to know how I truly feel. Why?
Then you got to pretend to be like, no, everything's fine.
Right, everything's okay when it's not. Like,
yep. Or my thing is this, or maybe you're not the person. Maybe somebody else likes the fact that I'm the way I am. Why do I have to change my whole persona to fit what you like to do or would want me to be, when there's somebody that would like just how I am.
And that, I agree with that as well too. I always feel like if there's anything you need to change about yourself, you should want to do that for you. I don't like that I always see the good in people. So that's something I want to work on for me. Not because other people's like, you should work on that, Panda. I want to work on that.
Yes.
I'm tired of seeing the good in people. I don't like it.
No. That's actually a great. No, it's a great. No,
the right in my face.
Look, that Trini flag is red. But
you know what?
No, I'm just saying all the flags that I know of, except the Jamaican flag, got red in them.
It got yellow for slow down, girl. Because that green make you go too fast.
Yes, my God. But anyways.
After that, I have the next question. Go ahead.
But I literally definitely think that we have to take into account that maybe we don't need, I don't feel like we always have to change. I feel like there maybe it was fun. Next.
And that's what Javi said early in the beginning too, that sometimes the best thing for everyone is to leave.
Yeah, why does everything have to be like a whole lifetime of suffering for it to mean something? Why can't we cut it off? It was good while it lasted. I used to date this Scorpio, and you know who you are because you're the only Scorpio I ever dated in my entire life, and it won't never happen again. Right? And me and him was both off the chain. Like we even both, and he know the story, we was both at the restaurant cheating on each other. And we both went to the same restaurant. He was like,
she was like, I was at table number 12. He was at table number 14.
No, he looked at me and I looked at him. And he looked at me and I looked at him. And then the next day, he was like, we got to end this because somebody's going to go to jail. Somebody's going to be at the hospital. And literally, we have been friends ever since. We cool, but we was like, we're two of the exact same person. This can't happen.
Damn, I got two questions off of what you just said now. One, yay or nay to moving in before marriage? And then the other question, can you still be friends with your ex? Who want to go first? Thoughts on it?
Are we answering both at the same time? Or
however you feel like you answer one or the other, you can answer both. And the second one only came about because of what she just said.
Okay.
Like you start to date and then you're like, you know what? We better off as friends.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I'm not friends with any of them.
Me neither. And that was
Ooh,
that fixes that.
I use the word friend because if he doesn't live in this state anymore anyways, which makes it even better. But and I'm sure he is glad to be rid of me. But because we was just a mess. And I'm a Scorpio, just so y'all know. So a November one at that. So look, yeah, how about that? Now, here's the thing. Friends, I'm using the word friend loosely.
Loosely, okay. Y'all have respect for one another.
We have respect.
Okay.
We do follow each other on social media. We cheer each other on when people's opening businesses and doing big things. But other than that, I'm talking about sitting on the phone. I'm married. So no, I'm not sitting on no phone with nobody that I used to smush. Absolutely not.
So yeah, and Nate to moving in before marriage.
Moving in, it has always been a no for me. I'm one of those women that require marriage. When I'm dating you, it's to marry you. If we don't get married, we just don't get married. But that was the goal. But I'm not moving in with anybody unless a wedding date is set. Unfortunately, that's me. But I was in a 9-year relationship prior to this one. We were engaged, but we never lived together. And then before that, I was married for 22 years. Now, with that being said,
how you be lasting?
No. Oh, I'm gonna get married. Oh, believe me. Now, the marriage might not last.
Oh, okay.
Or niggas might die that ain't never died before.
Disclaimer, no one will be hurt.
No. They already did die.
Yeah, you're Nate to moving in before marriage.
So I used to be a yay person. And then, like, the way that the economy is going and the way that things need to be done, no, we need to be, like, marriage is in the way. We're going to live together. Like, both people are on the lease. Because if you get divorced, who's getting the house? If we live together, then and we break up, who's keeping the apartment?
You already thinking about the end before it got there.
No, but let me tell you something.
You have to factor
these are
I know.
Because when you're in love, you're in love. But when you're in hate, you in hate.
Yeah,
so then I don't want to be in hate and sleeping in Franklin Park. Like, what are we doing? Like, no, I'm not doing that. We have to figure out a happy medium. Like, honestly, it's best to, and again, part of those seasons. Because what happens when that person is throwing stuff, slamming stuff, or you don't know when these men be mad, or even when they're not mad, they're disappointed, they're upset, they're jealous. And the same for females. They will make your life a living hell, and you're gonna have to plan your exit strategy. Who gets to keep the apartment if it ain't in
that's too much stress.
But I know me. When I leave, they don't like me no more. So my stuff has been thrown into middle of Columbia Road before. They be mad. So I can't be just moving in with people and then, because when they be mad,
it's
then and I have children, you know what I'm saying? We all ain't gonna be all with a cup outside Dunkin' Donuts together.
Blessing.
And then I don't think you can be friends with your exes because at one point in time you wasn't exes. So at the end of the night, if I randomly call you at 3 a.m. and you just so happen to pick up the phone, am I now pulling up on you at 3 a.m. because I was your ex and now it's just so convenient that you were both not in a relationship with each other. We can both just have a little sleepover and like a little cuddle session because we're both single.
Yeah, that was a booty call.
I'm just saying. That's
so
why
you just be recycling. That's okay.
No, but that's why you can't be.
No, but what if your ex already has somebody, or even you have somebody? But how would the disrespect?
But I feel like that's the line of friends. Like, what classifies you as a friend? At one point, they were chasing you. So your ex,
or you
like,
that's why she said she couldn't be with someone.
Okay, your next person, like, even at the disrespect to the other person's partner, to be like, okay, well, I'm friends with this person I used to smush, and I seen their whole entire existence, and their booty hole, and now we're gonna be like, okay, well, that's yours. You can have
Do you think
that.
that's like a
how did booty hole? No, right.
Do you think when people like have partners?
Don't kink shame.
No kink shaming here. You know, I'd be like, what you do? What you do when the doors is closed?
Lord of mercy.
You got a drawer? Let me see the drawer. Open it.
Just
what's
open
in there?
But also, we have to respect that partner, and that also is something that you have to take in consideration what your partner would feel.
Right. That's what I was.
Or their partner would feel. And when you deal with friends, what about when that person has a child with someone else? you would want them to be cordial.
Yeah.
I would. Any adult would want their partner to be cordial with the co-parent. So the too friendliness and the blur, the lines get blurred. Yeah.
So I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, unless there's a child, I don't even say a dog or a cat. Don't play with me like that.
My fur baby.
Don't play with me like that.
And since we're still on relationships, what are your thoughts about your partner being close to your friends?
Oh, child.
The deep side, the eye rolls. What are your thoughts on your partner being close to your friends, like their friends on social media? Now, mind you, they don't know each other prior to y'all being in a relationship, but now all of a sudden they're friends on social media. Things like that. How do you feel about that?
My feelings vary. So sometimes, like my best friends, I have like 4 best friends, like for real. And they are all close with my husband. Not meaning to the point where they be, but where they be, like talking negatively or stuff like that. But my thing is this. It's kind of hard for us not to share friends, especially especially when that person cares about you, they usually tend to care about who's around you also. So I don't know. I don't know about a boyfriend though, being just friends with my friends. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But your husband, so one of my friends just told me she really hopes nothing happens because usually I make all my friends divorce whoever I'm with. Like, don't speak to him. Don't talk to him. If we're done, you're all done. Yeah. Just like when I broke up with my ex, I delete every family member, everything, because nobody's gonna say I'm subbing them, I'm doing nothing weird, you're not watching me. But I will tell you this, they love him and they consider him their brother, and we've known him forever. So my friend just told me the other day, she was like, I don't know if anything happened between you and bro, I ain't leaving him. He not this one. I'm tired of you. And I was like, okay, we gonna make this work. But no, but I've had, and you know who you are. I had one roll out the bed at 3 a.m. Now this is my friend. I love her to death. To this day, she called me drunk. She said, I'm on the side of 24. I'm coming back to Boston. I'm leaving Brockton, but I'm drunk. I can't drive no more. He jumped up like, save a hoe immediately. Like, I'm on my way. And I'm looking at him like,
where you going?
And then, it got so bad that he was like, it's 3:30 in the morning. And he literally said, let's go save her. And I was like, well, damn, you really? And then when we got to the location, he was like, I'll drive her, you drive her car. What? Like, this is insane right now. But I don't think that he had a crush on her or he loved her. He just loved her because I loved her. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, you doing too much now. You tripping. Like, you tripping for real, though, tripping.
Yeah, because I'm driving my girl. You could drive her car.
That's exactly what happened. Matter of fact, she could just drive drunk behind me and you could walk at this point because nobody asked you to be trying to save everybody. But literally, my husband now is the same way. He will go and if one of my friends need him for something, or if this one's moving, or he's gonna help. But I had to even fall back on allowing him to help because I think that people are starting to think he's our husband.
I'll be quiet over there. I don't know if I like all of that.
Nah, y'all
he ain't our husband, sis.
Yeah. Nah, she reminds me of my wife.
And don't call him without calling me. You ask me if he's available. Because who wants to get smacked? Like, who?
So I just, my exes actually don't exist anymore. Just because
they expired.
Maintaining, not just expire, but like when you're married, sometimes having a relationship with your exes just isn't worth the hassle.
It's not.
Because it's awkward. And no matter how much you think it's not going to be awkward, it's going to get awkward. Especially I think I'm speaking as a man's perspective, like a lot of, like, y'all be disrespectful.
Oh,
to men. Women just in general.
No, it's true. No,
they be disrespectful because you expect something from your male friends. You expect your male friends to be there for you, not necessarily in the sexual way, but like you say before early, Panda, like you're a brat. A lot of and I'm saying your word is brat.
Yeah,
a lot of women are brats, especially if they're around good. I think I'm in relationships. I'm the bomb. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm a good boyfriend, right? Like I'm a good friend to people. So I think a lot of times women expect or used to expect me to do certain things that I just couldn't do. So they're either gonna be resentful of me, or they're gonna. My exes don't like me no more just because I stopped.
You're unavailable.
I'm unavailable.
You're married.
I'm D&D.
And your wife will body slam.
My question is to y'all that are married or seek marriage or whatever. Are there different requirements for your boyfriend to your husband or girlfriend to your wife?
100%.
The rules change?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because to me, I'm starting off. If I don't like this now, I'm not going to like it later.
I don't think it's
no, that's different.
I don't think it's a switch though. I don't think it's like for me, it wasn't a switch. It's like I said, I got married fairly in my mid to early 20s.
I get that, but I'm just saying like because I'm listening to Shanta, she's like, for my boyfriend, that would be okay, but for my husband, no. So I'm asking people like when people have a different title now, are the rules different?
I think that varies.
I think it's not the rules. I think it's more like the expectations of what the relationship, like what your role in the relationship should be. Like as a boyfriend, you don't have the same roles as a husband, but there's some things that teeter the line that you can say, okay, I like this, but I don't like that because of the role that you now have.
And I'm just gonna give a brief example.
I guess.
If you're leaving work, boyfriend's leaving work. Boyfriend is going out bowling with people from his job, right? Boyfriend is gonna call from the bowling alley and be like, yo, we just went bowling, we good. I'm just checking on you, I'm just letting you know I'm at bowling. Husband is gonna call prior to going like, yo,
I'm leaving
I was thinking about going out over here. You need anything? That's not that. They're gonna take you home first. Boyfriends can do things that husbands may have to think twice about, family life and kids and stuff like that, rather than self first. And that's, you know what I'm saying? And it could sound a little bit sexist, but it's the same way with women. We can move how we move, but when you have a whole family, you're gonna move a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. Just because you got more to risk to lose. So don't nobody want to be arguing with their husband.
And it doesn't have to be like I don't think it has to be the official. Well, first I'll say this: I learned that from premarital counseling. Mm-hmm. Like it was with a pastor who was a psychologist as well, like a family counselor.
Okay,
right. But he was the pastor that did that officiated our wedding, and I thank him for keeping my marriage, whatever, right?
Good state.
And the one thing he told me was, when you get married, you're committing your life to this woman. Right? Like you're committing your life to this, like nobody else matters. After that marriage, not your mom, not your dad, the only person, the priority in your life, you're making this commitment to that person. The priority in your life is that woman and that man, whatever. So that's the difference right there for me. But it doesn't have to be, for me, it doesn't have to be a marriage. If you're with somebody long-term, and you built a life together, right? And you own a home together, you got kids together, you got a dog together, right? Like that's shit that you built together. Mm-hmm. And you need to do everything in your power. I'm speaking for men. Women, y'all could give yourselves advice, whatever. You need to do everything in your power to preserve that. Mm-hmm. Because doing anything that ends that, like that's ending that life that you built with somebody over years is devastating. It's crazy. I couldn't even, it's crazy. That's it.
Yeah. And some people, especially West Indian, people from West Indian backgrounds, Hispanic background, 3 or more years, they be calling you their wife and husband anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. And I had that conversation with someone. I was like, in the Caribbean, you walk with a man, that's your husband. They automatically assume that's your husband.
What you confused about? I'm curious.
Supposed to get to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my thing is, I'm on the fence with marriage anyway, just because I'm confused about it. Mm-hmm. And so to me, I think being a wife or a husband is a mindset. Because if you're not a good boyfriend or girlfriend, why would I marry you? Because the same thing you did to me as my boyfriend, you're going to do as my husband. That ring isn't going to change who you are. So if you didn't call me before you went bowling, you're not going to call me before you went bowling because we said I do. You get what I mean? Like, he's not going to all of a sudden be transparent now because he got a ring on. If he wasn't transparent when y'all was dating.
But if it was something that was discussed, like it would be.
But then we talked about that too. If a person isn't just doing that naturally, it's not who they are. That's
but
not
you're thinking about it like you put that.
I don't agree with that.
But I think you're thinking.
I don't agree with that. If the person's not doing it naturally, because they don't know what ticks you off.
No. I know that part, but I'm saying like
even what you're expecting, because you may not even want nobody to call, and you may be cool with them calling when they get there.
Though this is what I'm saying though. So also, yeah, marriages are what people want it to be. But for me, in my head, again, if that person wasn't doing it before, do you really think they're going to start to do it after?
I hear you.
Just because you said I do.
No.
If you weren't a good boyfriend, you're probably not going to be a good husband.
You're 100% right about that. You can
evolve and be better, but
that's why I don't understand people. That's why I do not understand people, which I am not speaking of no specific person's life when I say this, but I don't understand y'all beefing, people cheating, people beating, people doing all this, and then married, and then they go through all hell.
Then they think it's going to stop.
So it's like, you think the marriage is going to cure that?
So this is why I'm asking. To me, I think that whether you want to be a wife or a husband, whatever, it's a mindset thing. Because, okay.
But I think that's where your confusion's coming from, right? Like, and forgive me if I'm wrong. You're saying that
because you might help with my confusion.
Once you get that ring, it's not going to change the person.
No.
But nobody should have that expectation. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not.
So then why do the rules change? So why can your girlfriend do one thing but your wife can't?
But it's not about
the same person.
It's just like
it's not about the marriage. It's about the commitment that you make.
I get the commitment, but that's just who they are as a person.
Well, I mean, you don't put your all in on a first date with someone that you're going to date. You put your all into a marriage. Like that's the give.
But if you're dating to marry, why wouldn't you?
There's a whole engagement.
There's multiple steps.
There's a whole relationship.
And this is why I don't want it.
No.
This is exactly why I don't want marriage.
Let me tell you something.
All of this would make me get divorced immediately because I am who I am. Like, you really think because I'm your wife now, I'm going to be different? I'm not changing.
No, but everybody doesn't require that. See, we're looking at it like every man wants you to change you for who you are.
Most do once you have that title.
Some of them
I'm listening to y'all, and y'all right here are even saying, once you're my boyfriend and husband, like there's
no, but there's discussions and there's stuff leading up to it. That's why we said there was counseling. What are your expectations? How are you when you're disappointed?
Y'all make my skin crawl.
No, but guess what? Guess what? There's a lot of people
that scares the shit out of me. Y'all have no idea.
Panda,
y'all are MVPs.
Listen to me. No, we not
fucking soldiers.
We just with the people that we love.
And me, I be with people I love too. I gotta marry everybody I love. I love you. I love you. I love you. I gotta marry y'all. No, are you loose?
No,
that don't make no sense to me. My guy, like. What? Yo, y'all
Amanda.
Okay, but how do you get
this is what marriage does to me.
No, but listen,
sweaty I am.
But there's a lot of people that's married right now
and don't want to be.
No, Ian, they're going through it because they never had no conversations. Let me just say this.
We talked about that.
A lot of people that's married, they didn't even want to be married. They just wanted a wedding.
Yes.
They wanted a party.
Yes.
They wanted to have matching dresses.
Yes.
They wanted a destination.
They wanted to do it for the vibe.
They wanted TikToks.
Yeah, they did it. And this is why I ask people.
But this shit is hard when you're doing it the right way.
To me, there's no right or wrong way. You just need proper communication, and you could, to me, that's the right way. Proper communication.
No, there's Ian, just because his marriage looks one way, because my marriage looks one way. There's people that I know that are married. They do it completely different.
Oh, I know. That's what I was saying.
One of my friends lives in a different house
than her husband,
down the road from her husband.
Yeah.
And they literally are happy.
Works.
They are happy.
Yeah, I don't knock anybody that is married. Whatever works for y'all, make it work. But just listening to the conversations of married couples fucks with me.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
In the most with me positive, in the most respectful way, it fucks in my head because it's confusing.
No, but just like it's confusing for me when I see so many women out here just giving their bodies to any and everybody every single week from Sour and Lime.
Oh my God.
I don't understand.
That is off topic, Chantal.
No,
That's confusing to me. I'm like, don't you want one man to my boom boom?
And
one man.
Well, at least she's not married and doing it.
Who said they're not?
Look, I don't know. I don't got nothing done, child. And then there's that. And then there's that.
But sometimes it does get tiring. Some people need to be matched up. Some people need to feel like they have a partner in it. Some people don't want to do life alone. And especially as we get older, I think that it's okay. Like you feel how you feel, but don't be surprised if you turn about 55 and you be like, I think maybe I want somebody that's on the same wave as me that just wants partnership.
I'm not saying no to, I love in all forms. The shit just scares me because of people. It's just people. And then the drama that I've experienced, it's like, no, I'm not trying to project on anybody new that wants to come around, but it's like, damn, what you about to do to me?
Yeah.
No, but low key, I act like I'm all right, but I kind of am looking at polygamy like, why didn't I
couldn't do it. I could never do polygamy.
You sure?
Positive. Absolutely positive. I
I'm
could never do
looking at
polygamy.
it like, can she clean the
So,
house while I'm at work?
I don't like nobody cleaning my house. So
I have
my
to
OCD is
have
crazy.
somebody.
Don't clean my house because you're not going to do it how I
that's
want
so
it done.
sweet.
Yeah, I
When
don't
you
like cleaning my
get
house. When I'm
bothered,
upset,
come to my house.
I will, because when I'm upset, I'll get the mop. I'm getting the mop to the one that has the head to wash the walls, and then the one that wash the floor. Like, no, get me. When I'm upset, I'm going to clean.
Yeah.
What?
Listen.
I'll be up 3 o'clock in the morning cleaning.
I wish I had that gene. I'm missing that gene.
I love to clean. That is one. My God, the way I don't like dirt. Anyway, but yeah, it's just and I don't know.
But I can see outside looking in how it's exhausting.
And it can be. So I don't mind the companionship and the partnership because, again, I do feel like people just make life harder than it has to be. Find someone that aligns with you and you really won't have these issues. Have those hard conversations before. Be transparent. Don't lie. Don't try to, meet the needs of someone knowing good and damn well that's not who you are as a person. And I think that's what scares me.
And financially too. Sometimes you need help.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, that here we go again with the help part because
she make her real sweaty again.
A lot of these people do be homosexual.
You see how I had to rub my knee? Yeah, they are. We did a podcast about that years ago too, the backpacker.
It's a little
the backpacker. And someone did hit me up and was like, I was kind of offended about that episode. Maybe because I was in that situation.
You got a North Face
That was
backpack.
their situation. What happened, Javi?
He's like,
No,
I thought Javi had something to say.
No, I remember, and it's funny because I used to walk to the shows with the backpack with my stuff on there, and I felt the type of way. I ain't even a backpacker, and I felt that.
And I think you recorded that episode too.
Yeah, I was. I remember that.
It was one of the early years.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's the only thing that scares me about relationships, whether it's marriage or anything, even platonic relationships with people. Like, people be lying.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
People be lying.
But a lot of times, because I have one of my friends that be lying a lot. I think it's fair.
Lie?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, I feel like a lot of times when people, especially when people lie to me, because I'm like, I am a judgmental person.
At least you're honest.
Yes, I am. And I'm on top of judgmental, I'm opinionated at that. So therefore, you know that I'm judging you. I still love you, but I'm judging you. But I feel like people will lie just so they don't just get judged or fear of, you making fun of their situation. Because we are going to laugh. As Black people, everything is funny to us.
So, and this is why I don't talk to people, because I don't judge. I've been through so much in my life that...
You never judge? Not even in your head?
We listen and we don't judge.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I was raised that you can't talk about my backyard if your backyard is dirty. Mm-hmm. And my backyard got mad shit in it.
So why we all can't just talk about the backyards?
Yeah, I talk about my own. Once I clean up my yard, then I can focus on somebody else's. But I was brought up that way, and I love living that way because we all got shit in our toilets. And like, how you gonna sit here and judge me? You got mad shit going on too. Like, the audacity. The audacity. So that, for me, I don't judge. Especially if I rock with you, I'm probably the most compassionate, sympathetic person. And that's another thing I don't like about myself. I'm very understanding with people going through things. And I'll empathize and I'll be like, yo, why Why am I so like that? I don't like that.
There ain't nothing wrong with you. Don't say that.
Nothing wrong with you.
Don't say that.
You did somebody. Let me say something.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with me. I just said I don't like.
She said that she doesn't know what's wrong with her. I'm like, there ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, I just don't like that part.
Lord have mercy.
What? Read it out loud. Read it out loud.
Lord. I'm glad I can read out loud. That's another thing. Y'all better have these people read out loud before y'all start
the
dating
first time
people.
y'all was on the show, remember?
Anyways,
Go ahead.
Would you rather have a partner who's great in bed but terrible I did not pick this. I swear I did not.
Picked it.
I picked
Would
it.
you rather have a partner who's great in bed but terrible at communication, or have a partner who's emotionally intelligent but boring in bed? Sorry.
That was too quick. Wait a minute.
Would you rather have a partner who's great in bed but terrible at communication, or B, have a partner who's emotionally intelligent but boring? I'll go with B.
I would say B too, because you can make the sex fun.
Yeah.
You can spice it up, but you
can
need
make that
someone
sex
who can
fun, but
give
that
you
emotionally
stigma.
intelligence,
That's a trick question.
it is. It is.
B don't say nothing about in bed. Oh, it did say
It do
intelligent.
like boring in bed.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
I did
it doesn't
this
say-
before. I did B first with my first marriage. And then A is now.
Okay, but wait.
Oh, shit, I shouldn't be saying that.
But you were in your first marriage for 22 years.
Yeah. I just had a real vivid imagination.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because that's the thing. I think a lot of times
Nigga.
as
You
people,
you
we
can
go for
talk to me
A.
about what you need.
It wasn't spicy. It was lemon pepper.
Listen, and I don't like lemon pepper. It's so salty.
I know.
I honestly believe to myself that the majority of people go for A because a lot of people would prefer, to get their back blown out, which
Yeah.
is cool. But being with a person who has no emotional intelligence,
Oh my
they
God,
don't consider
y'all.
your feelings.
Yep.
They don't acknowledge when they've done something to like anything.
And you can be with someone who's emotionally intelligent and be like, okay, I need you to spice things up, and then be like, okay,
Right,
let me try,
because
let
they
me
have the
try.
communication
Yes.
skills, that emotional awareness.
You cannot teach nobody these old dogs new tricks.
They don't, and that's the problem. A lot of them don't want to. I like being emotionally intelligent, not being dismissed. Somebody
That's
actually
true, too.
listening
That's
to
true.
you.
They can turn you on with your mind without.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Because Sonic, we'll just call him Sonic. He
Stop it.
he no emotional intelligence.
Emotional
No
intelligence,
intelligence.
makes the faucet drip.
I know, if you speak to me the right way, and
You
then,
talk to me the right way, Daddy. You can talk to me the right way.
All right.
So with that being said, ladies, I appreciate you coming back onto the Pandagasms episodes. This is the show of the water bearers. Because
She said water bear.
we're all water signs up here
It's
today.
a hot mess when the
We are
water.
a hot mess. We
Wait,
got to
Javi, are
cancel
you a water sign?
No, just us three.
Oh.
Javi's a fire. He's an
sorry,
Aries.
happy. You.
That's why he's so logic and be like, I don't fuck with y'all people.
It's okay.
He's like, what's wrong with
we live in our, we
But
live in
make
our
it laugh.
delulu.
So with that being said, peace, love, and light. Make sure you follow us on all of our platforms. Where can they find you, Miss Reikiologist?
Instagram as Blessin or Ikai Productions.
Fluffy Farley on Instagram. Shanta Simmons Farley on Facebook. And I'm on TikTok. I'm on everything. Just find me,
find me.
child.
And, Pandagasms on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace, love, and light. Let's talk.